Sanibona, ngaphambi singene kwivideo namuhla, ngithi angithathe lethuba ngibonge i-support nothando enikhombise lona lingaphezu kokucabanga kwethu. Siyacela niqhubeke nisi-support njalo ngokubuka amavideo ethu, ungakhohlwa ukukhomenta, ushare, ulike. Siyafisa ukuzwa umbono wakho. Sicela ke singene kwivideo namuhla.
Waphosa kwala gedeni akuziva inkulu ilapho. Waphosa kwala gedeni mawubona. Ilapho. Ilapho. Kwala gedeni le geda Mozambique. Akuziva inkulu lokufota South Africa ilapho. Maphoyisa va kona va maka nchumu ilapho. Kana mkomba vo part 2 ta va ta va hume kwini. Part 2 ilo border gate. Awubona. Laba ilegedi ngena kwala bawaphola wafamba.
Udaba lwama-illegal immigrants udaba esisazokhulunywa for as long as esesekhona, udaba olusazokhulunywa. Ngenza le video ngoba ngesonto, if I'm not mistaken, uZandile Dabula lowe oyileader ye Operation Tutula bambuza imibuzo kunokuthi aphendule nje ngokuthi akazi, wazama ukuphendula naye kanti useyazihlaza uphendula into angayazi. Ngizofika ke kulolo daba lolo, kodwa ngaphambi bangene kulolo daba likaZandile, sibuyele kule video ethe mayiqala ivideo wayibona. Laba ngabantu abasuka eMozambique bangena esangweni njengasho lo bhuti lo o drive truck egate border gate, bajika nje lapha ya baphumele ndawo bophumela ngaphambili sebese South Africa. Inkinga esibhekene nayo, inkinga enkulu izwe libhekene nayo, and as long as kungenziwa lutho from kulabo abaphethe, abantu bazoba frustrated. Ama-organization anjengo-Operation Tutula, March and March, MK Labour Desk asazoqhubeka bekhona ngoba lesihlava siyalibulala izwe lethu, hayi kancane. Ngapha eTshwane kuboshwe umuntu oyi-business owner noma umqashi. UDr Nasiphi Moyo ubhale kanje kwi-Twitter page yakhe, wathi a business owner has been arrested for employing 8 undocumented immigrants. We are conducting an interdepartmental service delivery operation in Bronkhorstspruit. Awucabange kunabantu abawu-8 base South Africa ngabe bayasebenza. Ukube lo mqashi bebaqashile, kodwa ukhethe uqasha laba ngoba uyazi ukuthi uzoba exploiter, abanamalungelo, abakhokhele kancane. Isimo esiphila phansi kwaso la eSouth Africa, isimo esiphila phansi kwaso. Athi i-unemployment rate iphezulu eSouth Africa, iphezulu. Ngeviki eliphelile ngeke ngaziphi isikhathi sokuthi ngikureportele ngazo zonke izinto eziwubugebengu ezenziwa yilabantu abaphuma emazweni angaphandle. Ngiziyekile zonke ezinye, ngenza show ukuthi ngiyaveza ubugebengu, bebanjwa nogwayi ongekho semthethweni, bebanjwa nama-drugs, bebanjwa nezibhamu. Sikhulumile lo daba ngeviki eliphelile. Ababukela le channel bayakwazi lokho. Sikhulumile ngakho ngeviki eliphelile. Sikhulumile ngakho. So iyona nje inkinga esibhekene nayo la eSouth Africa yokuthi labantu bayakwazi ukwenza ubugebengu ngoba akukho la azotracewa khona. Noma angathathwa ama-fingerprints wakhe azovela kuphi? Azovela kuphi? Uyabona nje mangathiwa abazinkabi bangabaqeda abantu ngoba kuzothathwa ama-fingerprint afakwe isystem, akuzukuvela umuntu. Indlela okungakhona la eSouth Africa yethu ekhululekileyo. Asibuyeleni kodabeni likaZandile.
The first question that I have reserved is for you, Ms. Dabula. Let me just ask an open-ended question. If I said frontline states, what comes to mind and what can you say in relation to that?
So now this is about the people. We have this Freedom Charter where Operation Tutula is entrenching the Freedom Charter that says people shall govern. And, currently we don't have leaders. We are on autopilot. And that's where Operation Tutula comes in.
No, I'm asking about frontline states.
Frontline states. So this is about are you now taking this together with the
If I say to you
immigration-
frontline states, from a historical perspective, what comes to mind as we have this conversation?
the frontline states, I would believe it's about, you know, the people in power.
Let me help you. You obviously doesn't know what a frontline state is. She obviously doesn't know what a frontline state is.
Iyona ke lento le emenze watrenda ke kwakhulunywa ngayo kwashiwo zonke izinto ezingasuzicabanga naba izitha ke ze-Operation Tutula naba izitha zakhe bese bemtholela amncane ngakhona ngoba naye kodwa ngiyamsola mina ngoba uhlulwe intelo lohlulo ukuthi athi angazi bekufuneka yena athi hayi angazi ukuthi ukhuluma ngani akufiki lutho engqondweni yami yini leyo ichaze ngizwe ukuze ngizophendula into engiyaziyo phela kodwa ngizokucaphunela ivideo umuntu ozochaza ukuthi yini what a frontline state ukuze nongazi azi namuhla
of South Africa. Now, the rest of the frontline states were the ones who were pro-liberation, anti-apartheid, including the likes of Zimbabwe, Zambia, Angola at the time. Then they decided we're going to have a summit to discuss what to do. Kaunda and Samora actually flew a few weeks before to Blantyre to speak to Kamuzu Banda and beg him to stop supporting Renamo and stop being used by the apartheid regime at the time. That's how they saw it. He refused. So Samora said, guys, we need to act. I need a meeting of the heads of state to decide what is the action. And Samora, a few weeks before, a few months before, I went with Samora Machel and other journalists to Tete. He showed us the missiles where he had deployed them. They were literally facing Malawi. So he was ready to go to war against Malawi in order to make sure that the apartheid government would stop supporting Renamo. So the stakes were very high at the time in Southern Africa.
And
echazile kubaba ukuthi what a frontline state kodwa mina into enginterested kuyo inkulumo eshiwo uMangobese uJacinta Ngobese Zuma uMangobese loganele kwaZuma ngoba yena uvele wawumuntu odefender uZandile uqale wabhala ku Facebook page wakhe ubhale kanje they are busy now with frontline states but their president Emmerson Mnangagwa is extending his presidency. We better get these people out of our country now to go face their government because we know they have big mouths, they are arrogant, they are rude and entitled. Now they must go use all that to face their government. Ubhala le post uMangobese babasizakela abantu ikakhulukazi laba futhi abangama foreigners besho khona ukuthi buka lo mulo le leader yedudula yazi lutho kodwa manje izokhuluma kakhulu ayazi nokuthi yini ama frontline state njengoba ethena upresident wenu le uextend presidency yakhe le ni busy la eSouth Africa ingabe nilungisa inkinga zenu so ngokubonakala ukuthi uyamdefend uZandile iMetro FM ithathi igxathu uFaith Mangope if I'm not mistaken osebenzela iMetro FM uthathi igxathu lokuthi akamfonele uJacinta bakhulume ngalolu daba enkulumeni yabo bakhulume kanje.
Hey, you, Dr. Malusi. I want to bring in another voice who's also been listening to this conversation and wants to add in her insight. We've got Jacinta Zuma, who is from March to March. Jacinta, I know that you've been listening to the conversation from whence you caught it. A very good evening to you. What do we say to this? I mean, we're talking here about frontline states and the role of countries around the African continent that contributed to our liberation. But then the question that we're raising is, when is that debt paid? And how do we prioritize nationalism or national priorities versus the historical solidarity, and where and how do we draw the line? Jacinta?
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Faith, and thank you for this topic. I think it's very important to be talking about it because we've been hearing a lot since we started this movement of trying to reclaim South Africa from the millions of people who are unknown that are all over the country. And we find ourselves having to meet this conversation of people who helped fight for South Africa quite a lot. And it's fair to ask, what about those people? Because they did play a part in making sure that South Africa is where it is. But here's the difference, which I think people do not appreciate. during the fight for apartheid, South Africans stayed in South Africa in millions and fought for the country to be where it is today. It was a couple of thousands of them who were armed MK members and other political parties that were out in camps, etc., fighting outside of South Africa. Now, we are saying we do not mind helping any other African country fight for whatever struggle or liberation that they need. And we are here. We are willing to assist. But it doesn't help to come and run to South Africa in millions. We do not have the capacity to house all of you. We do not have the capacity to take care of every single African person because back in 1940-something, I'm just saying, because we know the fight has been going on for a while, we were fighting for the liberation of this country. We need as many African people to stay in their countries as possible to fight for their own liberation. Because running away to South Africa is not going to solve their country's problems. Instead, it's going to make South Africa even collapse because South Africa cannot house every single person who's got a problem in their own country. So this is the biggest scheme of things that people are failing to appreciate, and they think that the solution to whatever problems are happening in whatever country in Africa is to run to South Africa for refuge, because South Africa has these glorified laws that make everyone seem like they can do whatever they want, and so on and so forth. This is opening up a gap for a lot of illegal activities. It's opening up a gap for a depleting of resources. It's opening up a gap for South Africans to also not be comfortable in their own country. It cannot be fair that we are made now to suffer because thousands of people went and seek refuge and were treated like refugees, Faith. Let us not forget that. They were treated like refugees. Here we've got refugees who are now running spaza shop mafias and preventing South Africans from opening tuck shops because they now run certain places in our own country. And if people who are outside of Africa were being honest with themselves, even they wouldn't allow what is happening in South Africa to happen in their own countries. But unfortunately, because they're benefiting from this system that is oppressing South Africans, then they do not want to accept the truth that they need to go back home and fight for their countries. You can't try and rebuild Somalia, Ethiopia, Nigeria, whatever, here in South Africa. You can't all come here to rebuild your nations in this one nation. It does not make sense. It speaks to even the eradication of South Africa and the identity of South Africans. And this is our frustration, that we've got people who are beneficiaries who are refusing to understand where we are coming from with all of this, because we're not fighting because we're mad in the head or we're bored. We're fighting for our own identity. We're fighting for our children to remember that they have a South Africa that belongs to South Africa and doesn't belong to every other nation that wants to claim South Africa because they've got problems in their country. And I feel like people are doing this deliberately to change the fight for what it is. Now, quickly, just before I wrap up, Dr. Malusi is talking about the economy and how the economy is in the hands of American companies, etc. This is my other problem with academics. Academics take everything at face value and think academics are the solution only to the problem happening on the ground. Now, how is removing American companies that are currently providing jobs to even those few South Africans going to solve problems of the many things that we have that are caused by illegal immigrants, for example? You want us to identify people by color and say, oh, these are white people and they are the ones that we must refer to as foreigners. But these people are investing in the country. They are not here to take like all the other people that we're complaining about. They are here to create jobs for South Africans. The only thing that we as South Africans need is a government that says, okay, the American company has come and they have showed us how to build malls. They've showed us how to have a a certain company. They showed us how to manufacture. Now, how do we take those things that the American company is doing and transfer it to South Africans so that South Africans can be self-sustainable without relying on the American company, so that when it's time, we say, thank you, American company, you can now go back to America and let South Africans be self-sustainable.
I hear you.
Yona nkulumo ebekwe uMangobese lokanele kwaZuma uma ekhuluma no Faith lapha ku Metro FM. Kodwa kunamaphuzu ambalwa abalekile akawashilo. Elokuqala ukuthi ngesikhathi se-apartheid abantu base South Africa babe se South Africa belwa na-apartheid. Ukube bonke abantu babenza njengoba kwenzeka baya kwamanye amazwe ngabe obana basala balwa. Yidlanzana labantu elaphuma la yakumazwe la yothola usizo khona. Okwesibili bafika lapha batrithwa njengama refugees. Abafikanga bakhululeka njengoba kwenzeka. Abafikanga bavula amabhizinisi baba namashopu. Abafuthi iziningi izinto ezenziwa laba ezenzeka manje. So awukwazi ukuqhathanisa lezi zimo ezimbili. Ukube nje umonga icabanga lento ayishoyo ukuthi ukuba abantu base South Africa athatha igxathu lokubalekelwa kwamanye amazwe bangalwa. Kube nje youth yango 1976 yakhetha ukuthi asibaleke sibone ukuthi singena kanjani kwamanye amazwe, siphile khona, sihlale khona. Uma kune corruption ekwaze ukwenzeka sikwazi ukuyenza, sithola ama-ID wakhona sibe ngabakhona. Bangalwa nesystem ngabe izwe lafika na la likhona. So ezinye zezinto engicabanga zibalekile azivezile uJacinta ukuthi yebo khona akufanelanga sikhohle ukuthi kwenzakalani emzukwane kwakulwela inkululeko, kodwa izimo kazifani. Ngenxa yokuthi kwaba khona lezo zivumelwano nosize lavela kulamazwe ukusiza labo bantu ababebalekile ukuze bathole military training nento ezinjalo kulamazwe lawa ngaphandle, kulawo ma frontline state okukhulunywa ngawo. Kufanele nalobugebengu benziwa yibo labantu abangama illegal immigrants sikuvume na ngenxa yokuthi labantu basiza ama comrade ngalesa sikhathi sezimpi. So iphuze libalekile alishoyo ukuthi ngesikhathi se-apartheid abantu base South Africa bahlala eSouth Africa, futhi nanokuthi ama resources akhona eSouth Africa awenele awabenele abantu base South Africa bebodwa. How much more ke sekukhona abantu bamazwe ngaphandle? Siyazi ukuthi odokotela abaqashiwe ngoba imali kuthiwa ayikho. Imali ayikho yokuqasha odokotela. So mawusibheka nje lesimo kulabantu base South Africa ngazi ba 60 something million labo kuthiwa base South Africa. Ungakababali labo kuthiwa bangaphandle. Imali efanele ibe ibudget allocatele idingo zalabo bantu base South Africa ayenele. How much more ke sekuphinde edeka omunye 20 30 40 50 million ngaphezulu ngabantu abangekho documented. Kuzothiwani? Ngicela ukuzuphawula kwakho comment section, mina nawe sidibane video elandelayo, ngiyabonga.